Okay, hello. Yeah, I've been a little while since the last video. I was in the hospital in March. Um, I was in the ICU for 2 weeks, mostly under sedation, and uh, then I was in total for 25 days with general hospital and rehab. So I've been trying to get my strength back. I missed most of all my trees that I wanted to get repotted, so I'm going to do an update of what my trees are looking like as they've come out of dormancy here. This here is a crabapple. This is the candied apple one. This is called a Indian Magic, I think it's called. This is something I've been trying to do. I don't know if it'll work. I think it's a spruce I'm trying to raft. I don't know if it'll work. I just figured I'd try it. I didn't have anything else to do with the tree, so this is a grouping of Trident Maples. This is a juniper I bought 2 years ago. It's been repotted last year, so that's good. That's the juniper I got last year that needed to be repotted and didn't. It's a little one there that's come back. That's another juniper there. We have two dawn red maples. They're doing good. We have a single trident maple here, which came back. It's just coming out. We have probably my most trained tree, my first one, my cascading juniper. We have some willows back in here. We got one up here. Sadly, I lost my whatchamacallit did not make it. My wisteria, and that's a wisteria. Oh, I can't say it right. Wisteria. They come out with yellow flowers in the spring. So that's my front bench right now. We'll go back to the back bench next. Okay, here is my big American larch forest. It's come back. They haven't grown real quick now. They popped out and then they've kind of sat for a couple weeks without doing much. But they're alive and they're doing good. They just haven't got going yet. It's probably the weather. It got warm and then it got cool again. Not cold, but cool. These are my Boxwoods. The middle one looks terrible. It did that in the fall. It started turning a brownish red. It's come back. It was brown over the winter, so maybe it's just doing what it's gonna do. Maybe that species does that. I don't know. But the other two look like they're doing good. That is a Trident Maple there. This is a clumping dogwood that I still haven't figured out what to do, and I think I've lost some of it. I trimmed it back last year. It's put out some stuff, so we'll see what we're going to do with it eventually. This one here is, I planted last year. It's a group of larches. This I left in the box a couple days too long. Hopefully it'll bounce back. They just real yellow because they weren't getting any light. They came out in the box when they shipped it and I got it. They didn't push out yet, but they pushed out in the box. I had them in the box for a couple days. I got them planted. I didn't do a video because I wasn't up to doing everything for that yet. We got my cascading that I'm trying, my cascading larch that I'm trying. Back there is a Chinese elm, a pine. That's an eastern red pine, I think. Something like that. It's an eastern something pine. I think it's a red pine. I could be wrong on that. That's another group of larch, and this is my big single larch here. These are some maple, Japanese maple groups. These are just seedlings that I had put in. I bought and put in this thing last year, and I'm just letting them grow, see what I'm going to do with those. This is one of my big ones that I bought. I wanted to get this repotted and again this year, and it didn't get repotted, but it looks like it's doing fine, so I don't think it'll be a problem. That's that one I had to do an emergency repotting on, the maple. It's doing good. This is my Korean hornbeam. Those two are cherries. Sadly enough, I lost this the blue atlas cedar over the winter. My cascading cotoneaster is coming back. We may have lost, yeah, looks like this didn't make it. It was coming out and then it didn't make it. That was a Chinese elm. It's actually the original one the other ones were off of, but for some reason it came out, it started doing, and then it didn't. Maybe the cold got it or something. These are two more Japanese maples. That is my giant sequoia. So that's my back bench, which has to be fixed because it's kind of falling over and resting up against the house. So I'll go up front and show you the few things I have up front. Okay, here's my front bench. That is my yew that I've had, that I collected 3 years almost, I think, now. This would be third year. I think it's the third spring since I've got it. These are some Kingsville Boxwood. They're usually in all shade, but the maple trees haven't, the red maples haven't come out in bloom yet. That is another yew that we found. We're going to probably plant that in the garden. I don't really have anything I want to do with that. This is a red maple that died off. It started again, it was like the Chinese elm. It started out and then just dropped dead. This is a mulberry, which has buds on it, so it looks like it's going to come out pretty soon. That's another mulberry that looks like it has sprouts on it. And here, this will be my next project. Hopefully in the next couple days I'll get this repotted. But this is my big dawn redwood, and it's just starting to push. You can maybe, I don't know if you can see on there, it's just starting to push the buds out, so it's perfect time for repotting this. I got to get it into a different pot and out of this and into some bonsai soil. So yeah, that's how everything's doing. What survived? Most everything survived. There was just a few casualties this winter. And like I said, some of them had come through the winter, and then a couple of them just got maybe too much cold when they came out of dormancy. So if you like, subscribe, hit the bell. Oh, if you like, subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you next time.